Hi everyone, this is a supplement to Maya Learning Channel's Stretchy IK system. I really like how this system works. You'll see that my rig is almost exactly the same as the one that's described in the Maya Learning Channel's tutorial, except my spine is a bit different, and I like to put controllers around my feet so that I can just grab them and move the system around, the IK system. Now the reason that this didn't quite work with the way I like to set my rigs up is that I like to scale my rigs. You'll see that my placement controller here has a scale on it. The way that the rig works in the Maya Learning Channel tutorial is to use this distance tool here to calculate the maximum distance between this joint and this joint before it would stretch. So basically what we're doing is taking the translate of this joint and the translate of this joint, adding them together, and when that equals the distance of this measurement tool, our leg begins to stretch. Since the measurement tool calculates world space and my character is scaled, you'll see that the translate doesn't match this measurement tool. This joint translates to about 63, as well as this joint. So you'll see that's far off from this measurement tool. The fix for this is actually pretty simple. Let's go ahead and open up the script editor and I'll show you the script that we're using. This is almost exactly the same as the script that's used in Maya Learning Channel, except you'll see that some of my joints are named differently and the driver is different. The different driver is the key. So I'll show you how to set up this driver right now and then we'll be good to go. We're going to be using the hypershade since I don't have the node editor in my version of Maya. And in the hypershade, we want to open up the right leg IK length shape node. So I'm going to right click and graph that, add the selected to graph, and this will contain our distance. I'm also going to create a multiply divide node, and I also want to add to this graph my placement controller, which contains my character scale. So I'm going to graph and add selected to graph. Now I'm going to middle mouse button and drag to other and place my distance into input 1x. I'm also going to place the scale x into input 2x. Now of course this assumes that you're always going to be uniformly scaling your character. If you won't be uniformly scaling your character, you'll need to find a different solution. So now we have this set up, and we want to go ahead and rename this multiply divide node. Since I already chose the name here in my script editor, I'm just going to copy this, and it's right leg IK distance multiply divide, and I'll replace the name, and I'll make sure to set this to divide. That way I will be dividing the distance from the measurement tool by the overall scale of the character. Now let's minimize that and run the script. Alright, it says that right leg IK distance multiply divide does not exist. Why is that? Oh, it does now. I must have forgot to press enter when I renamed it. Alright, now let's check to see what we have. I'll go back and turn on my IK, and you'll see it stretches. Now, to get rid of this little action with the knee here, you're going to have to go into the graph editor and flatten those tangents. You'll also have to go ahead and add the set driven keys for your geometry groups here, the geometry orient groups. That will make sure that they stretch with your IK system. You can go ahead and refer to the Maya Learning Channel tutorials for that. They're really clear in their explanation about how to do that. You do the same thing for the arm, except you'll want to make sure that the translates go in the other direction. So what I did was I added an extra node to multiply everything by -1, which will allow the stretch to happen in that direction. So if you encounter some problems with the stretch happening in the wrong direction with the arm, just go ahead and add yourself an extra node and multiply everything by -1, and you should be able to overcome that. That'll be it. Hit the like button if you thought this was helpful. If you think that I could add something, or if you don't like it, please leave me some comments about how I can improve these tutorials, and thanks for watching.